What's going on, YouTube? It's your Shirley Rock Combo, aka the Professor on Sticks. I am the 49ers. My opponent is the Cowboys. This game, I definitely started off slow and needed to recover quickly, or this game was going to get out of hand. So it's going to be definitely, you're going to have to stick around and see if I'm able to turn it around. This is Sunday, right after the college football top 5 got announced. You got Mississippi State, Florida State, Ole Miss, Alabama, then Auburn. So 4 teams out of the top 5 in the top 5 out of the SEC West, which is incredible. So many people I know, the SEC is always overrated. It's all ESPN bias and all yada yada, which is just crud. I mean, even the coaches poll has, every year, from the recruiting rankings to the NFL draft to AP ratings, the BCS ratings, and all that stuff. The rankings are all, SEC, 5 out of the top 10, the top 25, recruiting rankings out of 247 Sports, ESPN, Scout, Rivals, whoever you want to go with, it's all about the SEC at the end of the day. The talent is in the South, and, you can't lie with all the NFL draft picks as well. So, it's crazy. This college football year has been insane. People who look at nice little blitz by my opponent, but everyone who said that college football the regular season would be diminished with the playoffs, I thought they were all crazy. And look at the regular season, man. It's just insane how awesome it is. It's been a wild ride, and there's still a long ways to go. I have no idea who's going to be in the Final Four. Alabama just finally put a stomping on A&M after 2 years of not being able to slow them down. A&M is getting the after effect of the Johnny Manziel. He kind of saved them right when they went into the SEC as well. And but even then, I live in Texas, and a lot of A&M fans, they act like they've own the SEC. It's weird because they haven't finished. In 2012, you beat Alabama. Johnny Manziel wins the Heisman because of it. Partly because of that game, but they still finished 4th in the SEC that year. And then they finished, I think, 3rd or 4th last year in the SEC West. In 3 weeks, the SEC can make you look like a very average team, and so I don't know. A&M, I'm really glad they joined the conference, though. They brought a lot to the conference. I love their fans. I went to the Fire Academy at the Teeks, the Texas A&M Fire Academy, before I went to Alabama. I have a lot of respect for A&M. Missouri, I don't really understand why we got Missouri in there, but I don't know. Missouri's been up and down. Every week, you just don't even know what to do. They lose to Indiana, I believe, and then they beat who did they beat? That should have been a pick. I forgot who they beat. And then the very next week, they get their bullet by Georgia, and then somehow they blow out Florida, but they only had 200 yards of offense this past Saturday. It was crazy. But anyways, I have no idea who's going to be in the Final Four. Up to this point, I still think there's going to be 2 SEC teams. Ohio State, they're lost, and who they lost to was just so bad. And then they don't play anybody else all year. Let's wait till November 8th until you play somebody against Michigan State. You got your schedule's just killing y'all. And losing to Virginia Tech at home, and then how bad they've looked this year is just bad. And look, West Virginia is looking pretty good now. That's a pretty good win for Alabama. At the start of the year, everyone thought that was a cupcake schedule, but they're looking a lot better now. So I don't know who the top 4 teams are. I think it's going to be Florida State, the Ole Miss, the SEC champion, and then I think Alabama's going to get in there. And then a 4th school I would pick would be, if Oregon wins out, I'll pick Oregon. If Oregon loses, then probably have to go with Notre Dame. So, I don't know. I think the Big 12 is done for. And, they had a terrible weekend, the Big 12. Bad showing by Baylor. And then Oklahoma as well. Oklahoma, what happened to them? They were looking so promising earlier in the year. They just haven't been executing. Their defense just gone down as well. But let's get to the game. Just let me know in the comment section below who you think your top 4 is. As you can see, I've been kind of, getting my game together. I've been playing some good defense on my opponent. As you can see, I sent a nice little blitz in. got a sack fumble, wasn't able to recover. He's been barely getting these first downs. He's been working really, really hard. And then, boom, I finally get the interception. I felt like that streak was coming. I just waited there, and, he threw it. I was able to get up and get the pick. But I felt like I was coming, I was, playing good defense. He just kept barely being able to get some first downs. I face catch my opponent right there, and he was in a cover 2. Cover 2 is just easy to face catch. Then I was able to get a touchdown to go up by 14 in the fourth quarter. Nice little comeback by me, and he ended up quitting. Let me know in the comment section below who's your top 4 teams in college.